Hey guys, and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about Foundation 21 1F paper 1. Okay. Now let's continue the questions. We stopped at question 23. In question 23, let's take a look here. Question 23, the table shows the population of 5 countries: China, Germany, Sweden, Fiji, and Malta. Okay. The question is, work out the difference between the population of China and the population of Germany. Give your answer in standard form. Now, focus first on all of them. Make sure that all of them are in standard form. Because if they're not in standard form, it means we have a problem and we need to make them in standard form. Now, all of them are in standard. That's good. Now, the difference between population of China and Germany. So China and Germany. We notice that China is 10.9, which is bigger, and we have Germany here. And we need the answer in standard. It means we have to write it in standard form. You can put the whole thing in the calculator and then turn the answer into standard, or you can follow certain rules of turning the powers and making them standard. Both ideas are the same. It's not a big deal. Just make sure that you write the numbers that you took like this. So this is China. So we're going to write 1.4 times 10 power of 9. Let's put this down. Power of 9. And then minus, we have Germany 8.2 times 10 power of 7. Power of 7. Now you can put the whole thing in the calculator and it will give you the right answer, same idea. And then you can turn it into standard. Let's put it in the calculator. So we have 1.4 times 10 power of 9 minus 8.2 times 10 power of 7. Make sure that you close brackets on each one of them. And it will give you the answer. And then you turn it into standard. Now, the answer that I got is 1. Let me write it here, 1318 with 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to turn the answer into standard by moving the decimal point. I know that the decimal point is here, so I'm going to move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I moved it 9 times. It means the power will be 9. So the answer will be 1.318 times 10 with a power of 9. With a power of 9. Now, if you do this step, it's good, no problem. And if you do other steps that give you the same answer, it will be the same idea, no problem. Both answers will be accepted. Now, let's move on to the next question. Make sure that you have the answer in standard. That's the most important part. Now, let's move on to the next question here. So that's A. Question B, given that population of Fiji equals 1 over K times population of Sweden. Now, we know that Fiji's population is 9.1 times 10 power of 5. So using this rule or formula, work out the value of K and then give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. Now, we know Sweden and we know Fiji, and we have the formula here that population of Fiji equals 1 over K times population of Sweden. Now, first, let's understand the formula. This one means the population of Sweden multiplied by the 1 over K. So let's put it that way, and then we will use Fiji and Sweden here. So let's use it here. It means, let's write them with the letters. So Fiji equals population of Sweden, which is S, over K. How did this happen? Or why did I do it that way? Because here, in the formula that they gave me, Fiji equals 1 over K times Sweden. Sweden will be multiplied by the 1, so it's going to be in the numerator, and the k will be in the denominator. Now I'm going to use this formula and the Sweden and Fiji to find the value of k. To find the value of k, what do? I have to simplify first. I'm going to take the k to the other side because it's divided. It's going to be multiplied here. So k, or fk, k multiplied by f equals Fiji, equals s, which is Sweden. Okay. Now I need the k alone, so I'm going to take the f because the f is multiplied. I'm going to take it by dividing. So at the end, I will find out that the k equals Sweden, or population of Sweden, divide the population of Fiji. Focus on the steps and how I got this formula. Now I'm going to use Sweden's number and Fiji's number to find the value of k, correct to the nearest whole number. So the population of Sweden is 9.9, 9.9 times 10 power of 6, power of 6, like this. And the population of Fiji here is 9.1, like this, 9.1 times 10, and the power is 5. Let's put it down a little bit. And the power is 5, like this. Now I put a fraction line. Now I can use the calculator, divide these by each other, and I'll get the value of k. So divide these by each other like this, and I'll get the value of k. So first, 9.9 times 10 power of 6, and then down in the denominator, 9.1 times 10 power of 5. And the final answer is 10.87. So 10.87. Now they need the answer in the nearest whole number. It means rounded to the nearest whole number. So it means it's 11. So the value of k is 11 to the nearest whole number. Now focus on the steps I did. I used this formula. I took, because this one is multiplied by this fraction, it means it's multiplied by 1. So f equals s over k, f equals s over k. Then I took the k here by multiplying, and then took the f by dividing. So k equals s over f. I divided Sweden over Fiji. I got the value with decimals, and then I rounded it to the nearest whole number. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 24. Factorize fully. Here, let's zoom in and use it here, okay? Factorizing is very important, so you have to focus on the steps. Let's cover this. Over. When you factorize, you have to break down every single element to its prime numbers. Here, 25 is going to be 5 times 5. And then we have 4 A's, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's not use this space, okay? We have 7 C's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 D. So 1 D, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 A's, and 2 5's, 5 times 5 is 25, and a D. Now let's come to the other part, which is 45. 45 is 5 times 3 times 3, or times 9, it's okay. But I like to break it down to its prime numbers. It's better for me. Yes, breaking down to its prime factors or numbers is always better. Okay. So, and then we have 9 A's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the C's are 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we have an H. So we write H. Now let's take it a little bit to the top so we can use all of it. Okay, that's the H. Now I broke this down to its prime factors and this one to its prime factors. Now I'm going to take the common ones take one out of each common ones. So 5 and 5, I'm going to take 1, 5. Now, when you take common ones, write them directly. So this one is a 5. I write it here. Let's make it bigger so you understand this is common one. And then another common ones, we have no 5s. We have A, 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 sorry. Focus on putting the lines on the common ones. A. So I have 4 A's or A power of 4. We can write it as A power of 4 like this because they're going to be multiplied eventually. So A power of 4. Okay. Because we have 4 A's, it's going to be A power of 4. Remember, we're not counting all of them. These are 8. But I have to take one of each pair. It means A power of 4, not A power of 8. Now, the next ones, we have C's. So we have 1, 2, 3. So how many C's? We have 3. So C power of 3. So I write it like this, C power of 3. Focus on this, okay? So I got the common ones. I'm not going to use them anymore. Now, the common ones here, I'm going to multiply them by each other. So 5, A power of 4, C power of 3. I'm going to write them like this. 5, okay, A power of 4, like this, and then C power of 3. After you write what's common, you have to open a bracket to write what you left inside the bracket. Now, let me take these and make them smaller. I don't think we have enough space for all of them. Let's make it 24. Yes. A little space. 5A power of 4. And then 6 C, I'm sorry, power of 3. Let's take it put it here. C power of 3. Now, after writing what's in common, we're going to open a bracket, focus on the steps, open a bracket, write what you left in the bracket here from the first group. Let's take a look at the first group first. What did we leave? We left 5. We have to multiply them by each other. 5 C power of 4 because 4 C's and a D. So we write it here, 5 bracket 5 C power of 4 and a D like this. Side the bracket. So 5 C power of 4, okay? Now, we wrote what we left in the first group. Now we write the sign here between them, which is positive. So we write positive or plus. And then we come to the last group, which is this one. Sometimes we have 3 groups. So we have to follow the rules, but with 3 groups. Here we have 2 groups. So same idea with 2 groups. So here we multiply them by each other. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we have 5 A's. So A power of 5. So we have 9A power of 5. We will write the power. And H like this. So 9A power of 5 like this. And H. And then we close the bracket like this. Okay. So you have to follow the rules of factorizing, break down all the elements to their prime factors, and then take each pair of common ones, take one of them, and then multiply them by each other, write them outside the bracket, open a bracket. What did you leave in the first group? Write it here, write the sign between them, and then what you left in the second group, multiply them and write it here, and then you close the bracket to get the answer of factorizing. And this is how you factorize uh, these expressions. Now let's move on to the next question. In the next question here, let's zoom out first. Solve this. Okay, solve this. And solve means find the value of x. So we're going to expand and simplify as much as possible. And then we will try to find the value of x. Okay. Now, Solving, let's take a look. We have double brackets here or two brackets, and we have a bracket which is squared. Now, first we write the bracket which is squared like this. So it's 2x plus 5, close bracket, and then multiplied by 2x plus 5, close bracket. So first, this one means this, 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5. And then equals, open bracket, 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, close bracket, open another one, 2x minus 1, close bracket. Now, after writing the question like this, I'm going to start expanding. Because we have brackets, we have to expand. And expanding means the first one multiplied by the first and then the second, and then the second one multiplied by the first and the second. Same idea with this one, first by the first and the second, and then second by the first and the second. Now let me write the answer of expanding. 2x times 2x is going to be 4x squared, or 4x power of 2. And then 2x times 5 is going to be 10x, so plus 10x. Follow the steps so you don't have problems. Don't jump from a step to another, because if you jump to the next step, you can't, you might not know where's the problem. Now I'll multiply the first one by the first and the second. Now I'll do the same for this one. 5 times 2x is going to be positive 10x, same idea. And then 5 times 5 is going to be positive 25. And then equal sign, I do the same with the other ones. 2x times 2x is going to be 4x squared. 4x squared. And then this one is power of 2, yes, squared. And then here 2x times negative 1 is going to be negative 2x or minus 2x. And then I come to this one. So 3 times 2x is going to be positive 6x. And then 3 times negative 1 is going to be negative 3. Now, this is the first part of expanding. Now I'm going to simplify. And as we said, simplifying means take all the parts to one side so you can find the values of x. Now, first, I can see that this is a 4x squared. I'm going to take it to the other side. It's positive, so it's going to be negative here. Okay. So here we're going to be having negative 4x power of 2. So this one is negative 4x power of 2. Now, the first part I did is this one. It means that 4x power of 2 minus 4x power of 2 is going to be 0. Now I got rid of the 4x power of 2. Now I do the same step with the other variables. I'll take all the x's to one side. So here, first I'm going to solve them. Positive x, 10x plus 10x. 10x plus 10x is going to be 20x. 20x. And then plus 25 equals. Negative 2 plus 6 is going to be 4x. And then minus 3. So what I did is first I got rid of the 4x squared. I took it to the other side, made it minus, and then removed it together. Now 10 plus 10 is 20x plus 25. And then 6 minus 2 is going to be 4x minus 3. Now I'm going to continue simplifying by taking like terms to their sides. Now this is a 4x. I'm going to take it here to this side. And it's going to be negative 4x. Okay, negative 4x. Negative 4x. Now, I'm going to take the 25 to the other side, and it's going to be minus 25. Same idea. So here, minus 25. Focus on the steps, because these steps are very important. So this one is minus 25. Now, because I took them to the other sides, I'm going to remove them from here. Now I'm going to solve them. So 20x minus 4x is going to be 16x. This one is 16x. And this one is negative 28. Negative 28. Now, after simplifying, I'm going to do what? Very good. The last step, I'm going to divide by 16 because I need to make x the subject. So I'm going to divide both sides by 16. So divide 16, divide 16. So dividing by 16 will remove this one, and I'll end up with x. So x equals Negative 28 divide 16. So negative 28 divide 16. And the answer is negative 1.75. So negative 1.75. And this is the value of x that I got from solving this equation. Focus on the steps, focus on expanding brackets, and focus on simplifying after expanding. Focus on the signs because the signs change everything. That's it for this question. Let's move on to the next question. Now, let's move on to the next question here. We have question 25. Let's put it here. Okay. Question 25. Jethro has sat tests. Each test was marked out of 100, and Jethro's mean mark for the 5 tests is 74. Jethro has to set one more test that is also to be marked out of 100. Jethro wants his mean mark for all 6 tests to be at least 77. Work out the least mark that Jethro needs to get for the last test. Okay, let's break it down. First, let's work the idea of the first 5 tests because there are 5 tests, all of them are out of 100, and the mean was 74. So it means that the sum of the 5 tests, okay, the sum of the 5 tests over the number of the tests, which is 5, this is the meaning of the mean. The sum of the 5 exams divided by 5 will equal to 74. So this is the mean of his mark, okay? Now, I want to know what is the sum of his marks in the 5 exams. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 5 because it's divided. I'm going to take it by multiplying to the other side. This means that x, which is the sum of the 5 exams, equals 74 multiplied by 5. It means that x equals, let's multiply it with a calculator. 74 times 5 is going to be 370. So the sum of the exams that he had is 370. These are the 5 exams that he had. Now, he added one exam or one test for these exams. And they said that he needs at least a mean of 77. It means that the 370 plus one exam, let's call it y, divided by 6, because after adding one exam to the 5 exams, they're going to be 6. So divide them by 6. We need the mean to become 77. We need the mean to become 77. So we need to know what is the mark which is needed in this exam to make the mean of these 6 exams 77. Now we're going to follow the steps of algebraic equations. We're going to take the 6 here by multiplying. So we will end up with 370 plus y equals 77 times 6. So 370 plus y equals 77 times 6. 77 times 6 equals 462. 462. Now, we're going to take the 370 to the other side by subtracting. So y equals 462 minus 370. So we will end up with the value of y. So 462 minus 370 equals 92. Equals 92. This means what? This means that he needs at least 92 to get a mean of 77. So the least mark that he needs for the last exam is 92. And this is how you answer a question like this. So from the beginning, as we said, because we know that the 5 exams means the sum of the 5 exams divided by 5, which is 74. And then I took the 5 to the other side to find the sum of the 5 exams, which is 370. And then he added one exam or test to these exams. So we added 370 plus y. This is the last exam that he did or test. And then divided them by 6 because they became 6 now. And we need at least a mean of 77. We took the 6 to the other side by multiplying. We got 462. We took 370 to the other side by subtracting. We end up with the value of y, which is the least mark that Jethro needs to get for the last test. That's it for this paper. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.